Good day, friends. New project day, or should I say new projects day. I have two guitars in from one client today, and I am going to treat them individually, and I'm going to do a video individually. So the first one, really don't know anything about it. It is an Ibanez SA series. Nice looking thing, looks like a lot of Schecters going about at the moment. SA series, says on the back, blah blah blah, made in Korea. Oh, very nice, Korea made. It's got serial number W661612. Got 16 or 12 be a year? I don't know, but 66 is certainly not a year. What made in 1962? I'll tell you that. Anyway, what do I know about it? Right, well, neck through the looks of it, or if it's a different piece of wood, it is still, it's a set neck at the very least. Beautiful looking thing. Standard floating type tremolo, fulcrum type tremolo there. That needs sorting out. I do know it should have a push-pull pot on here for the split coil, and it doesn't, so I'm going to be putting one of those in. It certainly is going to be having a complete setup or an intensive setup, so that sets us price range anyway. So included with that is 5 frets leveled and all the electrics done. I'm not going to charge him any extra for putting the pot in there, because it is a long-term client and a friend, and I'm doing that as a little favour. So that is it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a look inside at the electrics. I'm going to straighten the neck, check the frets, see how many want levelling, if any at all. I imagine a few want levelling. If it's not more than 5, it'll be just an intensive setup. If it's more than 5, we might have to move up to slightly bit of a higher setup, which will include a fret level, which will be a little bit more expensive, but I'm going to try and keep it as low as we can. For 2 reasons. 1 is a mate, 2 is bought 2 guitars in, and there you go. So I will let's have a look here. A bit of a mess, just noticing things, a bit of a mess around that post there where there's been a chip before. Just like to check these things out, and this bridge post here is actually sticking out from the body by about 1 millimetre, so I will be I'll be tapping that in. Anyway, I'll be giving it the works. Come back when I've got the strings off, I've got my neck straight, and we can go over and we can check the frets, see how many need work. And I basically will ascertain the whole job. I'll appraise the whole guitar, see what needs doing, and see exactly where we are. So I plug this guitar in just to check it out, and I've noticed one thing. Switch is wired completely the wrong way. That should be the bridge pickup, yet it's a neck pickup, nothing on the bridge. Middle is middle. Put it on the what should be the neck pickup. Bridge, so that's wired the wrong way around, so the switch is in the wrong way around. I will change that. I'll put a push pull on there. I'm now going to straighten the neck. I mean, the guitar works. That's nowhere near loud enough for a bridge pickup. So there's a short in there somewhere. It's more like it. Definitely something wrong with the electrics. So I'll sort that out. I'm now going to move on to the neck. I'm going to remove the strings. I'm going to get the neck dead straight, and I'm going to test the frets to see how level they are. So, good news regarding the frets. There are only 4 high frets on this guitar. You get 5 frets included in an intensive setup. So I can do all that by hand with a hand file. I don't have to tape everything up. I don't have to put the neck on the jig. So basically what we are doing with this guitar is we are giving it an intensive setup. Additional, I am just going to knock in that bridge post that has come out a little. I'll make sure it's tight enough in there. And I have to sort out the electrics. The electrics aren't very good at all. They are cutting out. The 5-way switch is wired the wrong way, and I need to put a push-pull pot in there. So this is going to cost the owner, going to cost him the price of an intensive setup, £5 for a set of strings, £10 for a new push-pull pot, and that is it. So good couple of 2.5 hours, 3 hours work in that, I'd imagine, especially with the fret level as well. I'm going to basically strip this right down, build it back from the bottom up. The tuners will all be checked, everything will be tightened, the screws will be tightened. I'll make sure there's no loose ones in there. I'll make sure all the tuners themselves are tight and working freely. The bridge tremolo will come off. I'll remove that. I'll get that post sorted out. I'll also look at this area where it really is a little bit messy. It looks like, I don't know what it looks like. It looks like someone's dipped some super glue in there. I shall have all the wiring out. I will check all the soldering and everything. Terry needs to find a new plate for this. I told him it's cheaper for him to buy a piece of 3-ply himself and cut himself one. If he asks me to do it, it's going to take a while. It's expensive. It's going to cost him about, I'd charge him for an hour for that, 30 quid. So we don't want to be doing that. I will check all the wiring, then I'll reset the tremolo. Once that's all done, once the frets are done, blah blah blah, everything's all cleaned up and polished. The neck needs a good clean, we get some mineral oil on there. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to do a complete strip and rebuild from the bottom up. And I don't expect there to be any trouble with any of that very strange saddle adjustment on there. It's just an Allen key at the back there. Anyway, we'll get that sorted out. So I am going to crack on with it. Something else with this guitar. Someone's tried to block off the tremolo, but that's no good. There's no point blocking it off if your tremolo is sat right back like that. We need that tremolo floating and sat straight. So those blocks need to be replaced with something thicker, probably a bit more of a cheese wedge shape. I'll see if I can do anything. I will probably have a go at that myself and make that better. Let's try and get that crap out, because that's not doing anything in there. Tape knot's just fell out, look at that. Just fell out, no good at all that. So I would much prefer just to set that floating, that bridge. Anyway, I'm going to remove it now. There's no point it being in at the moment. Cracking, the screws are tight. The claw screws. So I will crack on with that, get it all removed. Update soon. So this is the thing I was talking about with the bridge insert here. This one. That is sitting 2mm proud of the body, and it shouldn't be. That one's 1mm proud. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to try and tap those in. I'm not going to hit them with a big metal hammer, like some people might do. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to get a piece of wood between the hammer and the guitar body. I'm going to get the guitar sat straight, like so, and I shall go with, actually use my fretting hammer, nothing too heavy, and I will take a piece of wood between the guitar and the post itself. So let's just get a couple of taps. That's gone beautiful, right flush into the body, absolutely no problem at all there. Don't want to get them in deeper than the holes are, because you can split the wood in the guitar. That's beautiful. And there you go. And that is how they should be. There you go, we're right there. Right flush into the body. Nice neat job. That was still a little bit proud. I would imagine it's as deep as it will go. I'll give it another tap. That one's right in. That's beautiful. Now that's where it should be. Don't want to go mental with things like this. So I'm going just to make sure I'm absolutely flush with that piece of wood. And that's beautiful now. I'd imagine someone's hit this with a hammer before and cacked up all this area. Or maybe someone's tried to take it out, I don't know, it's a little bit untidy. But these are now flush to the body. So at least now we're going to get the bridge set absolutely correct. I would be inclined, I mean that soldering there is not much cop, is it? I'll run my 80-watt soldering iron on that and we'll get that really melted properly, so we don't have any cold joints. That can always cause a problem. The three-way switch has is, I'm putting it wide up backwards. I can either swap that round which is what I might do. This has just dropped off as well. Volume knob, just volume knob. Right, so there you go. So I can now crack on and do something proper with this guitar, because they can push pull. If I can get one to fit here where the tone pot is, the wiring is all over the place. Right. Who knows what's going off here? I don't know who's wired this. That is the split for the split coil. That's easy enough. And the 5-way is it the wrong way around? I could just turn that round, I imagine. Easiest way of going about it, isn't it? I think I'll do that. So, stay tuned. Right, I apologise for the light in here, but it's not a professional studio. And if the weather's not brilliant outside, we get this sort of kind of little bit of a hue of darkness about autumn's on its way by the looks of it. Which I thought it had been an hour already, being as our summer seemed to end at the end of July. But anyway, that's another story. So where are we on this Ibanez SA series guitar? Well, I've levelled the frets and I've just sprayed the fingerboard heavily with mineral oil. Got to let that soak in so I can get all this grime out near the frets. Got to let that soak in, blah 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 blah. And we'll let this is going to do two things. It's going to clean the fingerboard, it's going to treat the fingerboard. Now when that's done, I'm also going to polish the frets, but once that's done, I've decided a couple of things. A couple of things are a bit strange about this guitar. One, the single coil pickups, you'll see we've got staggered poles. And basically that means these are for a Stratocaster type guitar. And these poles, you can't alter them, because you hammer them down, you're going to snap the coils because they're glued in, or so I believe. So I'm not going to do that. Now the problem with that is they will be radius to a tight radius like so, like a 9.5 inch radius. Whereas the neck, being an Ibanez, is going to be about a 14 or a 16. So you've got your bridge poles or your pickup poles like this, curved, and you've got your neck itself more or less a little bit straighter. So these two pole pieces in the centre are going to be a lot closer to the strings than these others. They're also a top E string. So what we've got to do there, we're going to have to have these pickups a bit lower than we normally would. Now if we didn't have staggered pole pieces, they'll just flat, it'll be alright. That means your middle two strings and your top E string or your first string are going to be louder than all the others. It means we've got to sink the pickups in a little bit more. Now I don't know if these pickups are original to this guitar. I would say not, because we don't put strap pickups in this type of guitar with a more or less a flat radius. Your radius on that neck's like that, but your pickup pole pieces are like that. So I would have thought they were original. But what I'm going to do is, I've decided what I'm going to do is, this wire is crap. It's a right mess in there, and it really is not that good. I'll show you there. I'm going to rip the whole lot out and redo the wiring completely from scratch. I'm going to stick a push-pull pot in there like I said I would. It's going to be a lot easier to do it that way than to mess about with that and try and get it all working hiss-free and buzz-free or whatever. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to rip all the guts out, take all the wire out. Pickups are going to have to stay in because I don't have an alternative. And we'll move on from there, see how else. So stay tuned. I will come back with an update later. Like I said, I'm going to let that mineral oil soak in, give the guitar 20 minutes. I'll come and clean the fingerboard, get these frets polished up, and then we can move on to ripping the guts out. I'll take the bridge pickup out, the humbucker, and I'll rewire everything. I'll take the pots out and I'll rewire it all from scratch. I might even change the first pot in there, stick a full-size pot in there, I don't know yet. I'm not going to charge him for that, I've got plenty of pots knocking about. And like I say, I'm doing this he is a client, but he's also a returning client, so I'll do him a couple of favours on that. So stay tuned, back soon. Just going to update you with a couple of things I've done before I get too far ahead of myself, because what I have done is I took the 5-way switch out, cleaned it up, and I put it back in, and I didn't video it, so I'll just show you it back in and show you how I've cleaned it all up. I basically got a solder sucker, removed all the old solder, bent all the lugs back into shape, and I've soldered the middle and neck pickups back on. I've got the bridge pickup to go in yet, but what else I've done off camera is, well, I checked these pickups, and these pickup wires have already been extended, so I didn't want to go cutting the wires, so I wanted to just get them soldered in. These are all the earth wires which I've left hanging. All the earth wires, I'm going to create a little sections off loom area. I'm going to get some copper, in fact I'll show you exactly what I'm going to use. Some 20 or 22 AWG copper wire, and I'm going to get a load shielded off, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a loop to solder everything to coming from the volume pot. Now, couldn't find a wiring diagram, and I should be able to do it without a diagram, but decided not going to. So I went and got a diagram. I did find a diagram on it was Seymour Duncan, and that was with a push-pull pot on the volume. So it's what I'm going to do. So I've got a brand new push-pull volume, Alpha 1. I keep these in stock. I'm going to stick that in on the volume. I'm going to use the original pot for the tone. I've tidied that up, cleaned that up a bit, just need to get the wires soldered on there. And I've also cleaned up the input jack. And not only have I cleaned it up, I swapped the wires on, or I swapped one of the wires on it, but I have taped off the one that's not used, which is the, which would be tip, shield, ring, tip. It'd be the shield. That'd be the shield. We don't use that. I've got the hot, and I've coloured them accordingly. Green for earth, could have gone green or blue, blue earth, green earth, whatever, and red for hot. So we're not going to make any mistakes. So when I get to soldering that in, I know exactly where it's going to go. Now I'm putting this in last, reason being, if I stick that in this hole here, it'll be stuck out 1.5 inches, it'll be right in my way. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to now get all the wiring done. I'm going to create an earth loop. I'm going to wire in the bridge pickup, create an earth loop, and I'm going to solder an earth loop to this lug here on top of the pot. But what else I'm going to do is I've got the split coils and everything to do with all the pot wires to solder onto this. So I'm going to do most of it outside the guitar before I fit it into the hole. And I'm going to do it as neat as I possibly can to keep everything. You know, when you look in there, you're going to know what's what. You're going to see everything rather than the jumbled massive mess it was. I mean, look at this pot. That's the original volume pot. And that's not all the wires that were on it coming off it. I'll clean that up and I'll save that. I might use that again in the future. I don't know. If I ever need one, I'll have one, won't I? So I'm going to crack on. Got to keep it as neat as possible. I like to route everything really nicely when I do wiring. I'm not the best solderer in the world, but I still like everything to get neat. I also noticed there wasn't an earth wire coming off this 5-way jack, or the 5-way switch should I say. That may be why it was buzzing. So see what I can do, get these wires cleaned up, and we'll reroute everything and try and get it in all tidy, and I'll come back and show you the results shortly. So it's started to be a bit of an epic, this one, because I got all the electrics and everything in, plugged it in, tried it, nothing worked, only the middle pickup worked. So I've completely gutted the guitar, taken everything out. I resoldered the earth wire on because it wasn't soldered on properly, it wasn't soldered on brilliantly on there. In fact, I'm going to change that. I'm going to change that earth wire anyway, so I'm going to change that later. But what I've done is I've ripped all the electrics out and I've gone and checked everything. And on checking everything, I realised there's a short across a couple of the terminals on the 5-way switch, which I don't even know where I've got now. The 5-way switch though has had it, so that has had to go. I took it to bits, couldn't get it back together, blah blah blah, what were fixed up, so I've gone and ordered some more. So I've ordered a new 5-way. Also the TRS stereo or balance jack, I've rewired, which is there, like so. I'm going to, I just had to check the connections on this, make sure everything was right. It is right now. I'm going to get some insulating heat shrink wrap on there to cover these joints and keep that one blank. All we do is when we're making a stereo jack mono, we use the hot wire, which is red. I use red for hot, I use green for earth, which is a sleeve, and the ring, not used, which would be the right channel normally. If it's on a stereo, that would be red, would be the left channel, and this would be the common or ground. We're not using this one, so I'm going to shield that off completely, and I'm going to shield these two ends off as well. We can use this back in the guitar. Tone pot, I'm using the original. I've just desoldered everything, got all the excess crap solder off there, removed it all. You'll see it's all nice and clean now. I've had to take off my push-pull, blah blah blah, but I've cleaned all that up again. I've got an earth wire running from the case, through the bottom 2 loops there and down to lug 3 as it will be down there. So that's the earth all sorted out. All I'm going to need now is put a wire on here for the split coil later, the middle one, and I'll wire the input jack hot and the pickups or the 5-way switch hot to these 2 terminals, and I'll also wire that to the 3rd lug of the tone pot. So that's all pretty straightforward. Something else that wasn't too straightforward was which wire does what on this pickup. It's a Ibanez INF or an Infinity 1. I've determined by using testing or checking with my, excuse me, nearly fell off my chair then. Great piece of kit, this multimeter here. I've been able to identify each wire, what it does, whether the slugs are north or south coils, and what basically I've got it all written down here. For instance, middle pickup, red is positive, white is negative, and it's a north magnet on the middle pickup. Neck pickup is yellow is negative, black is positive, that's a south magnet. The Ibanez INF, if you look at the north slug, black is positive, red is negative. The south, or the screws, are blue is positive, white is negative. It means we're going to draw together white and black, and we're going to use red as the hot, blue as the common. What else have I got to tell you? So I know the pickup configuration on there. The wires on there are long enough to use. The wires on the middle and neck pickups are not. This is a neck pickup. And why, if it's got a red and white wire, would you put a red and black wire on there? Well, I understand if you want to change that into an earth, blah, 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 blah. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take these joinings off and I'm going to use thinner wire and I'm going to connect white to white, red to red. But when it comes to the neck pickup, this is really strange. Neck pickup, black is the positive, yellow is the negative, which is, you would think would be the wrong way around, and it more or less is the wrong way around. But what we're going to do is, I think you reverse wind a neck pickup anyway, so that's what I'm going to do. It's just been a right kerfuffle sorting all this out, but I will get a wiring diagram. I will find out what is what goes where, and we'll get it all sorted. Like I say though, we are starting from scratch, so this job for a day or two is going on hold because I can't do anything with it because I don't have a 5-way switch. So just to recap what we have done, I have levelled the frets, I've recrowned and polished the frets, and I have tapped in the bridge posts so they are flush with the body. I've also tightened up the tuners at the back, on the top and here. Make sure everything's all tight there, so that's right. The nut is okay. I'll be recutting the nut slightly once I get the strings on, just to make sure the action is low enough. So basically we have a bare bones guitar here. It is a little bit of a mess, but we will get it sorted. So I'm going to put this one away for a little while. I'm going to walk over here, stick this guitar on the rack, out of the way. All its bits are in pots. Everything goes in a pot. That's all its mechanical bits. This is all the electrical bits. I have loads of these. They're like takeaway pots. But every time I do a job, I bang the bits in the pot and stick a label in there so I know what it is, so we don't get anything confused. So there's nothing else I can do on that right now. I'll stick my instructions in there. What wire does what? Blah 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 blah. Put that one out of the way, and I'm going to move on to something else. So stay tuned. Back with an update whenever. Right guys, I apologise for the light. It is miserable and bleak out there. It's raining, but I don't care because I'm going out for a meal in a bit, so ain't bothered about that. But where are we with this guitar? Right, there have been developments. So I'll just grab my iPad. So there have been developments. So I went and did a bit of research trying to find out about the pickups. In the bridge position, there's an Ibanez Infinity 2 pickup, and I thought, no, Infinity 1 pickup, and I thought, sure, it's the 2 in the bridge, and the 1's in the neck. So I went and checked. The INF1 that is in the bridge position of this Ibanez SA guitar is a 1. It's a neck pickup. So we need to swap that round, for a bridge pickup in there. Now I bought some cheap pickups from this company, or these people, Yibai, whatever, made in China. And they're actually really good pickups. And they are 4-core, so you can split them. So I'm going to stick one of those in. And I've charged the guy 10 quid for this, including fitting. So I'm going to go with that. It's absolutely brand new. It's been on one guitar. It's not brand new, but it's new, or new enough. So I'm going to stick that in there. I also was not happy with the colour of the way this was soldered in. And when I went and checked with my multimeter and a magnet to find out what was what, I did find out this was wired completely wrong. According to my calculations, on the INF1, which is that one, the blue wire is hot, the red is ground, and the splits are the white and the black. I didn't explain all this earlier, and it's exactly correct. Let me turn this picture around. I went and got a diagram, and there is information. I hope you can see that. I can just see a blur from my angle, but that's it. Oh, hang on, that was rubbish. Let me get that round there. Right, now try and now see it. There you go. It's all on there. But that isn't going to matter now because I'm putting a different pickup anyway. And I do believe this is wired pretty much. That is right. I've already checked this. That's fantastic. So I'm going to wire that in. Also, with the single coil pickups, they're the wrong colour wires extended on. I've extended the wires and I have extended them with the right colour cable. So I know where they go according to, there you go, extensions on there, look. I've extended these, so that's going to look fantastic. I also got a an SA, Ibanez SA wiring diagram with the absolutely correct pickups with the colour codes and everything. Black and yellow on one, red and white on the other. Rest of it I'm going to ignore because I'm not going to wire like that. I'm going to wire a traditional Stratocaster way, adding the coil split in there on the push pull. I'm going to do it to my methods. So I'm sure that is going to be all right. What else do I have to tell you? Everything has been cleaned up. Everything, all the solder's been cleaned off. Everything. That's a tone pot. Cleaned all that up. I've shown this before. Push pull pot, brand new, one of my own. It's an Alpha. Got the earth wire going all the way around through there to lug 3, as you do. That's all fine. So that's all. So everything is now ready to go in. I'm going to route the pickups in, get them screwed in right, and I'm going to commence with the actual. In fact, I'm not going to do that. I've just told a lie there. I didn't mean to tell a lie. I'm going to wire this up outside of the guitar just to make sure everything's working right before I put it in. I should do that with every guitar I use actually, because I've had over the years always seem to get electrical wiring problems. I don't know what it is. My knowledge of wiring is probably not as good as it ought to be. It's okay. I could do something like a Jeff Beck in a Les Paul or something, you know, but that's about as advanced as I can go. But I don't really know circuits that well. I don't know exactly how they work, and it's something I need to brush up on. But anyway, I will do that. The 5-way switch I mentioned, by the way, I did repair it. I don't know what I've done with it. I've lost it. Oh, here you go. There you go. It's there. And that's a 5-way, and that's all cleaned up as well. Everything is beautiful in there. So I can test it all with this. I can put a new one in when the new one gets here, but I can test everything with that. It's going to be absolutely fine. And not convinced this is wired the right way yet, but I'm going to try it how I think it should go. Looks all right to me, and we'll see how we get on with that in a while. So come back when I've got it all wired. I'll have it all a big mess, big spaghetti mess I'll have on my workbench here. And we'll get it all wired up and we'll test that everything works okay. So come back soon. Welcome back, friends. I've moved on with this guitar further ahead than I said I would have done at the last part I recorded. Sorry about that, but I needed to nip on a bit because I've had a really busy weekend. I've had a fantastically busy weekend with church, where I played guitar in church, not only yesterday morning, I also played last night at church. We had a big praise and worship thing on last night. It was absolutely fantastic. If you've never been to a worship event before and you are a Christian, you need to get down there because wow, it's amazing. But anyway, that aside, move on back to the guitar and show you where we are. I've done the electrics, completely rewired the electrics here. We have a push-pull pot on the humbucker. I've changed the humbucker out, put a nice bare knuckle look-alike pickup in there. Absolutely beautiful pickup, cheap Chinese thing. I'm just about setting up the tremolo. You'll see I'm going to set the tremolo floating like so. We're going to go with a 2-spring setup. I have it blocked off at the moment just so it's nice and horizontal so I can set the strings. Tuning is pretty much closed. I'm just going to stretch the strings in so I can get them all sorted. Once they're stretched in, I can then remove a block from the back and I can set this floating by just loosening the claw spring screws here. And once it's level again, once we get one string in tune, all the rest should follow, all the others are in tune. Once that is done, we will have the tremolo set up and floating nicely. I've talked to the owner, Terry, about this, and he's going to buy a trem stopper to sit in this gap here just to block this tremolo off, and it means he'll be able to dive bomb You won't be able to pull back, but because the springs are going to be tighter, even if you snaps the string, the guitar is going to stay in tune. I always recommend doing that. So that is where we are with this. That pickup is not sat straight, the bridge pickup there. I'm just going to loosen the screws and I'm going to set that pickup again because it's not quite right. But anyway, come back soon and hopefully we'll have this guitar all set up. We'll have a truss rod cover on and we'll have a guitar playable and sounding fantastic. Come back soon. And here we are, the guitar is all finished. I've taken the block out of the back of the tremolo, so we have the tremolo now floating. Now you can see there, turn it this way and show you. We have a tremolo now floating. I've set the pickup heights. We've got a brand new pickup in there. It's by a company called, I don't know, Yeehaw, some Chinese company anyway. Very cheap pickup, not expensive. Putting out about 15.5k, sounds really good. I like that pickup. My 2 original pickups in there. Problems with this though, when it came, okay, we had some frets needed work. We had to do a bit of a fret level. The bridge posts inside the guitar were protruding from the body. I've knocked those back in. The wiring was absolutely, it wasn't very good at all. I've completely stripped the wiring and completely rewired even the pickups, all of the pickups. They had no extension wires put on there. Got it all nice and neat now. New earth wire from a tremolo claw as well. So if you want a quick glimpse in there, the wiring, all nice and neat now. I've put in a push-pull pot on the volume which splits the bridge pickup. We have a 5-way selector for a switch tip on there. It didn't have one when it got here. Tone works on all 3 pickups. We can split, 5 positions are full bridge, bridge and middle, middle on its own, middle and neck, neck on its own. That's the 5 positions. We can split that in any of the positions as well. The guitar now is really fine. Reset the neck. Set the radius on the saddles. Fine looking guitar. I still have to put the back plates on. Didn't have a back plate there. I says it's cheaper to buy one and cut one yourself, but get a piece of 3-ply, cut one yourself than it is to pay me to do it, because I'm going to have to charge him an hour for it. Why are you going to pay me 30 quid to cut something you can do yourself? So there you go. So by all accounts, very nice guitar, made in Korea. Ibanez SA series guitar, don't know the number, could be a 260, 240, whatever, I really don't know. But that is another project finished. I'm now going to move on to Terry's other guitar, which is on the bench behind me. It's a handmade guitar made by a company called Lake from Yorkshire way, I believe. Lake spelled L-A-Y-K-E. Never come across one before. It's going to be good to have a look at that one and find out what that one's all about. I know I'm putting the original electrics back in on that one. So that's going to be fun. It will be having an intensive setup and I'll be moving on to that one for tomorrow. So, can get his back plates on in a moment, but that is this one tied up. So, as always, just before I go, I'll mention my webpage, fretfriend.co.uk, even better or much better, facebook.com/NGONESEVEN. That's facebook.com/NG17. That is my web address on Facebook. Catch me on Facebook, all my videos go on there. You will learn a little bit more about me on there, find out all my rates and everything. I have guitars sent to me from all over the country. I've got clients up and down the length and breadth of the country. So, you know, pretty good testament to how good my work is. If you want to know what I'm doing, go check my Facebook page, give me a buzz, and I will see you all next time. So, fret friends, until next time, as always, be good to each other, and I will see you soon.